There we go. Hello, welcome to Verbling. I'm teacher Oakley, and for this class here on Verbling, we're going to look at idioms, specifically idioms related to memories from the corners of your mind. Okay, as usual in these classes, I'll be doing exercises. The students will be doing it, actually. And as we proceed through the class, I will try to think of as many related idioms as I can. And you students in the class, please feel free to help me out. And if you can think of other idioms which are related, feel free to volunteer them. As well, I'll try to advise you as to situational use of the idioms. What kinds of situations? Workplace, family, as a response, as a request, as a demand. When do we use these? As a sarcastic reply. Some idioms are used under these various situations. I'll try to help you out with that as we go along. And of course, any idioms that you guys have in your own native languages, I'm always interested to hear those as well. Okay, little technical delays, but it's time to get underway here. Let me quickly say hello to everyone. Hello, Max, again.
Hello, hello.
Hello, hello. Cornell, how are you?
Hi, I'm okay more or
Hi,
less.
more or less.
Yeah, I
Okay,
am going to interview and I am a bit nervous due to it.
okay. Well, just relax. Confidence, Cornell, confidence. You need
Yeah,
to exude confidence
thank you
if
for
you
your
can.
advice.
Oh, well, I don't know. I don't know how much help it is. Okay, so, all right. We got Sasha and Sasha again. Who wants to be called Alexander today? Uh, Now we've got two Sashas. Uh,
Hello. What do you?
Alexander, can you be Alexander today?
No, Sasha. That's why I've changed my name.
Okay, then there's the other
Okay,
Sasha, so we have the
Alex.
same problem.
I
Hello, Sasha. Two.
Hello. Hello.
I didn't
Have it
hear
your
you.
way.
Okay, I wanted to say Sasha uh, to you.
Okay,
Okay.
fine. Sasha 1 and Sasha 2. It is. Have it your way. Fine with me. Okay, that's fine. Hello, guys. All right. Also, welcome, Dimitri.
Hello,
Hello. Welcome to the class.
thank you.
All right. And also, where are you from, Dimitri? I don't think we've met.
Ukraine. I'm
Ukraine?
from
Okay.
Ukraine.
Okay, well, welcome to the class. Nice to have you with us.
Okay.
And also, Erith has joined us. Hello, Erith. How are
Hello,
you?
I'm quite well, thank you.
Okay. All right. The question of the day uh, is, how good is your memory? Because
Hmm.
today's idiom are about memories, remembering, related to memory. Okay, as I usually am going to be typing quite a bit of information, other idioms and so forth as we go along. If everyone could go ahead and click on the top left corner, the blue box, the group chat box. I might as well just jump right over to that because I know we do a lot of writing in the chat box in this class. So we're going to be using the group chat box, the Google Hangouts chat. Okie doke. Let's get started. The first thing I want to do is look at some literal meanings of some of the key words which are used in the idioms. Sometimes that can be helpful to understand the literal meanings, and then when you look at the idiom, you can kind of see where the idiom is derived from. So I'm going to start out with a screen share here. Okay. Okie dokie. Let's get started. All right. Simple fill in the blanks with these words up above in bold italics. Fill in the blanks of these sentences. Go ahead and read the whole sentence and fill in the blank as best you can. Okay, Max. Number
The
one.
end of your tongue is called the. It's just on the tip. Tip. Oh yeah.
It's just on the tip of your tongue, but you can't remember what it's called. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, Max gives us a double there. All right. The literal meaning, the end of your tongue is called the tip. And, okay. Max is preempting the idiom on the tip of my tongue. I can't quite remember. It's on the tip of my tongue. All right, little preview there. Okay, the end of your tongue is, yeah, it's the tip of your tongue, sure. Okay, Cornell, number two.
If a piece of paper is blank, there is nothing on it.
Okay, and hopefully your mind won't be a blank when you go to your interview later. Okay. Oh, all right. Once again, I'm previewing the idioms. All right. These are also called, what you guys are doing right now is a fill in the blank exercise. Blank can mean empty space.
Yeah.
All right. Do you know another meaning for blank since we're talking literal meanings, Cornell?
No, I have no idea. What is the another meaning of blank?
It has to do with firing a rifle or firing a weapon. There are weapons that actually, like bullets, that have a charge. They make a sound, bang, but there's no actual bullet. Nothing. There's no projectile shooting out of the gun. So if you shoot blanks in a gun, it makes a loud noise, but there's no bullet. You can't really get hurt from shooting blanks.
Mm-hmm.
They're empty. In other words, empty bullets. Okay. And there's a lot of idiomatic meanings and derivations, but we'll get into that a little bit later. Nader, if a room has very little light, it is... Okay, it has some light, but not much. Sure, it's dark, but dark has the meaning of no light, and dim has the meaning of a little bit of light. Many people have a dimmer in their house. This is a type of light switch where you can turn the light brighter or dimmer. That's the name, dimmer. Up and down. Right, so dim light is just a little light, hard to see. Okay, quick shout out and welcome. Greetings to Amra.
Hello.
Hello. How are you?
I'm fine.
Hi.
Hey, you?
I'm doing okay, thank you. Thank you very much. Okay, Amra, we'll come around to you in a minute. Let me go to sentence number 4. Sasha?
Okay.
Sasha, number 1.
I forgot who is number 1.
You're number 1. Hey.
You.
You are.
If
Okay,
you are...
Yeah.
No, actually, I don't know.
This, I'm sure you know this word, but you know it by another meaning. Yeah, I probably...
Maybe sleep? No.
No.
Sleep.
This is a tough one. This is a literal meaning, a real literal meaning, and maybe an older meaning. Does anybody know? For the class, anybody know number 4? If you something someone's arm. Okay. Jog. You got it. Okay, that's it. If you jog someone's arm, that means to bump it or to jar it, a jarring movement. All All right. To cause it to shake, to hit it in such a way that it shakes. You jog it. I think that's where the literal meaning jog, which you probably more of you are familiar with. When you jog, you run in a way you're running in such a way that you're jogging your body. Your body's being shaken and jarred as you run. I think that's where jog actually comes from. Anyway, you're probably familiar with that form of running exercise, jogging. But actually, as a verb, it can mean to jar something or to give it a knock, so to speak. Okay, Sasha, number 2. How about number 5?
Okay. You use a sieve in the kitchen to separate solid from liquids and small pieces from big pieces.
Okay. What do you use a sieve for?
Why did I use this
Yeah,
word?
what do you specifically use a sieve for?
Because it's the device for separation.
Yeah, I know, but what food do you use a sieve for?
I use in my real life.
Yeah.
I don't use it.
Okay, you never eat spaghetti.
Oh.
Or macaroni or pasta, ever.
Okay. No. Yes, I ate, but I don't have one. Sieve.
Okay. You just gently pour the water out, trying to hold it back with a fork or something. I've done that, or with the cover. Yeah, well, I've done that. A sieve, generally speaking, okay, in real literal meanings, a sieve is kind of like a net, usually made of metal. A sieve is generally smaller holes. It has a handle. The kind that's round that we pour spaghetti, you can use a sieve for spaghetti or pasta. But a round one that's kind of bigger, maybe you clean vegetables for a salad, is usually called a strainer or a colander. So there's several, and they're all interchangeable, to tell you the truth. You can call them all any of the names there. So strainer, colander, sieve. Okay. Anyway, acts like a net. Okay. Number 6, Dimitri.
If you sleep somewhere, you go quickly and you hope that no one sees you.
Okay. What was the word? I'm sorry, it was kind of fast.
Sleep.
Okay. All right. So if you slip somewhere, okay, and this is kind of here's a little British American difference, which pretty much comes up in every one of these classes that we do. An American would say slip off. We would make this a phrasal verb. Slip off or possibly slip away. Okay. And that's exactly what it means. You go quickly and hope no one sees you. You go in a very covert, you leave in a covert manner so as no one can see you. Okay. All right. It's slip more as a verb. Dimitri, what does it mean if you slip on the ice, for example?
You can fall.
Yeah, you can, and hit your elbow or hit your head. Right, you slip or you slide. Slip and slide. Kind of goes together, actually. Dimitri, do you know what a slip is as a noun, since we're talking about literal meanings? A noun.
Maybe falling.
No. Well, yes, it can be a slip. He took a slip on the steps. Actually, you're right. We can use it the same, related to the verb you just talked about on the ice. as a noun. That's true. There's at least two other meanings I can think of, which are nouns. Does anybody know? Anybody in the class? No? Okay. All right. A slip is like similar to,
Drop.
I guess, sorry?
Drop.
Drop? No, no. These are nouns. These are actual tangible things that you can touch. A slip can be, basically it's like a berth. A parking spot for a boat or a ship is a slip. You put the boat into the slip. It's akin to a parking spot for a boat. And Nader is exactly correct, but it's a form of women's undergarments or women's underwear that they wear under a dress. It's like usually white. It's usually in the basic form of a dress, but it's a type of underclothing for women. Actually, kind of a pointless. I don't really understand the point of a slip for women, but I'm not a woman, so what do I know? I don't know why you would wear a dress under a dress. I don't know. Erith, can you elucidate that for me?
I think it's a little old-fashioned.
Okay.
But in the past, I think some women would use that. For example,
Okay.
if their dress was like transparent or something,
Oh, all right. Yeah, okay, that makes sense.
can wear that.
In,
Yeah, there is.
Okay. All right, right.
in my
That makes
dictionary, a slip has 58 translation as a noun.
58. Okay. Very nice.
Blew my mind up.
Did it? It kind of blows my mind now that you mentioned. Okay. 58. Well, I don't have all those memorized, Max. A slip can be an error as well, right? More abstract meaning, right? Wow, I might have to look that up after class. I could have a whole class just about that one word. Okay. Anyway, some of those keywords are going to come up again right now, like jog your memory. Okay, we've got we've got 9 idioms here. All right, we're going to do another fill-in-the-blank exercises. We're going to see how the idioms are used in an example of a dialogue between two people, which in general is how idioms are used. They're used speaking, two people are talking, and they use an idiom to better illustrate their meaning or what have you. All right, so here we go. We're going to continue. So, for example, Erith, back to you. If I said to you, Annabelle Giggs, I don't remember anyone in our class called that. You might reply.
Have a look at this photograph. Perhaps it will jog your memory.
Yeah, again, your memory that she wants to help her remember, help the other person remember. So jog your memory. You can jog. I need something to jog my memory. You can, of course, use. This is usually with a possessive pronoun. Usually your or my. Really tell a group of people. Jog our memory. Their memory doesn't really work. But anyway, yeah, to jog your memory, similar to jostle. Ooh, there's a better word. Jar. I said jar earlier in the literal meaning. To give it a bump. All right, shake it loose. In fact, we actually sometimes use that expression as well, which I don't see here. Something happened and it shook loose a memory. This sort of metaphor is actually fairly common in English. shook loose a memory. We could actually say that. Anybody would understand that because that basic kind of metaphorical idea that memories are kind of stuck in your head and you have to shake them loose. That sort of concept, it kind of runs throughout English. Okay, Emra, how about number 2? I've got a job interview with an insurance company tomorrow.
Okay. Good luck. I had interviews. When they start asking difficult questions, I think mind goes just blank.
Yes, very good. My mind just goes blank. In fact, earlier in the class, I was telling Cornell, I seriously hope that when you're in your interview, because he had the word blank earlier, I actually said this. I hope in your interview your mind doesn't go blank. I used this. I forgot it was later in the lesson. Okay, your mind goes blank. You basically you start to panic a little, or you just sometimes not even panic. You're just maybe you're tired. You lost your concentration or your focus for some reason. Maybe for no reason. I don't know, but this happens to all of us. I think happens to me. Suddenly, my mind goes blank and I can't remember. Happens to me all the time when I'm trying to think of vocabulary in a class. What was I thinking of? I was thinking of it right before class, getting ready. Now I can't remember. And the harder you try to remember, the further away it slips. Okay. Anyway, I think it's natural. Your mind goes blank. All right, continuing. Back around to you, Max. Max, are you sure you know the way to Paris from here? I don't want us to get lost.
I've done it before, but I'll have a quick look at the map to refresh my memory.
Very good. Yeah, refresh my memory. Like hitting the refresh button on your computer, on your browser. Refresh. Your browser remembers. Okay. All right. They pretty much are. That's exactly as far as technology is concerned. Refresh and remember are pretty much synonymous. And yeah, and refresh and jog my memory, refresh your memory. These two idioms. Yes, they are. I think it's more common, as we see here in the material, to say refresh my memory and jog your memory. More common to use the pronouns your with jog and my with refresh. But they could be interchangeable. Totally. They really have the same meaning. You're absolutely right. Okay, next one, Cornell. Cornell, did you remember to buy me a paper?
Did you remember to buy me a paper? Oh, sorry, it completely. It's a good question. Slipped my mind.
Yeah, there you go. Slipped my mind. Basically, just means all of this means pretty straightforward. I forgot. It slipped my mind. It's usually we use this idiom for something fairly trivial, like picking somebody up a paper, some small thing. If it's a really big thing, you know, oh, I forgot you wouldn't say, for example, you forget you're going on a trip to another country and you forget your passports. You get to the airport and you realize you forgot your passports at home. That's a pretty big deal. You would probably use some curse words and get pretty upset. You most likely would not say, "Oh, it slipped my mind." It slipped my mind is for trivial things, not really important things. You wouldn't say this to your wife. For example, you forget your wife's birthday. You would never say, "Oh, honey, it slipped my mind." Slap! You would get hit in the head. That would not be good. That would seem very condescending and very. Your wife would get very angry with you if you said, "Oh, your birthday? It slipped my mind. Our anniversary? It slipped my mind." Yeah, it slipped my mind is for small, trivial, unimportant things. What do you say if it's a big deal? Good question, Nader. Oh, you say, "Oh, I'm so sorry, honey." I'm so sorry. Uh, you apologize is what you do. If it's your boss or your wife or something really important, you really have no alternative but to really apologize. I completely forgot might be common. I can't believe it. I completely forgot about it. Something like that. Show incredulous. I can't believe it. Oh my goodness. Okay. Anyway, moving along. Nair. Actually, you've heard of Quasimodo, haven't you? That Quasimodo. Yeah, that name rings a bell. Very good. Something. Okay, something rings a bell. You kind of remember it, but not completely. It sounds familiar to you. In fact, you could easily say, "Yeah, that sounds familiar." Means the same thing. Or negatively, thank you. Somebody says a name or something, you might say, "No, no." After thinking for a few seconds to demonstrate that you're actually trying to remember, you may say, "No, no, that doesn't ring any bells." Yeah, absolutely. It can be. It's equally used negatively. That's right. Very good. Sasha, number 1. Don't forget the Japanese people don't like to talk about business straight away.
Thanks, I'll.
Thanks, I'll.
I'll refresh my memory. Maybe.
That would make sense if you were more like a computer. You could just push a button. Oh yeah, now I remember. But probably it's something you want to keep remembering. You don't want to forget. You want to continue to remember. Okay.
I think in the chat.
Yeah, he's got it. Bear that in mind. I'll bear it in mind, or bear that in mind. Or we can say keep it in mind. I'll keep it in mind. Or I'll keep that in mind. There's really 2 forms. That in mind or it in mind. Either way, pronoun there. And either, interchangeable. I'll bear it in mind. I'll keep it in mind. And it means I'll try to continue to remember it for a long period of time. Okay, the whole time you're in Japan, for example, in this example. Not just try to remember it once, but try to remember it over a period of time is the idea. Okay, Sasha, number 2. Is your speech ready for tomorrow's meeting? Sasha? 2? Sasha?
Sorry. I thought that I can speak. Okay. Yes, I've written it out and learned bits of it by heart.
Excellent. Very good. Learned it by heart. Means you've learned it word by word, word for word. Another way to say that. I've memorized it word for word. Okay. each and every word. In this case, the speaker says bits of it, so he hasn't memorized the whole thing, the entire thing by heart. That would mean every single word as it was written, he remembers exactly. Okay. All right. Sometimes, I don't know, maybe not, you guys, wide range of educational experience, but teachers used to make me learn poetry by heart, certain poems in school. You would have to learn it by heart and recite it in front of the class. I don't know if any of you guys had to do that, but I did. Okay, Dimitri. Number 8. Dimitri, can you recommend a good Chinese restaurant near the town center?
Oh yes, I know a good one. Let me think. What's it called? It's opposite the town hall, but sorry, the name escapes me.
Very good. The name escapes me. Now, look at this long, kind of pointless response here. I just want to point out that this is very typical of a native English speaker when they're trying to think of something. Oh yes, I know a good one. Let me think. Using fillers like what's it called? It's opposite the town hall. It's got a T in the name. It's a big red building. This is very normal. People will talk out loud as they remember something. And actually, it's more or less expected. It's kind of a way of expressing the idea that I'm still talking, I'm still talking, I'm still talking. I've got something to say. Hey, here it comes. It's on the tip of my tongue. Okay, but the name escapes me. We can say this, by the way, about any name. The name of a movie, the name of a human being, a person, the name of a company, it's a restaurant, it doesn't matter. Okay, next one, Erith. You know that actor we were talking about? It's Morgan Freeman.
I knew it was Morgan something. I've been. What's the only? What are the options?
Let me see. Okay, here you go.
Racking my brains. Ole.
Yeah. All right. So
This happens to me a lot.
right. Okay. Okay. Something rings a bell, but you can't remember the exact information. You might rack your brains all day. Erith, have you ever had this happen? Somebody, example, you're talking about us. Oh, you know that song? Yeah, right. It was written by the artist. What's the name of that artist? What's the name of that band? And you can't think of it, and you can't think of it, and you rack your brains all day, and then you wake up at 3 in the morning. Oh, yeah!
I got
yes. That was the Animals. Oh, yeah, the Animals. Right. I remember now. Yeah. I hate that.
It happens a lot. For example, with people I knew a long time ago, and so I knew their names, of course. But after 3-4 years without seeing those people, then you meet them in this how what are they called, and you can't sleep. As you say, you are thinking about it all day.
Yeah, it's very common. You ever wake up in the middle of the night and because you remember something? That's a weird sensation.
No, that's too much for me.
It's happened to me before. I don't know, many times. And usually something stupid, like the name of a song or something. Okay. Here's an interesting... Oh, here's a point of interest. If you rack your brains, you make a great effort to remember something. We just talked about that. Rack is an old word with many meanings, some of which are used and some which are not used today. One meaning is to torture someone by stretching them on a machine called a rack. This machine actually stretches their arms and legs apart from their body. It actually stretches their body parts out. I imagine it extremely painful. Another old meaning is to exhaust something. All right, so I guess they're saying that this idiom is kind of derived from the idea you're torturing your brain and exhausting it. Okay, Nader is asking about digging into your memory. Wow. Okay. Yeah. All right. This is kind of strange. I don't quite know how to answer this. It is and it isn't. The idea that or the overall metaphor that you dig through your memories is very understandable to me. I instantly get it. However, we often use this. It's funny because we often use the verb dig when we're trying to look for something we've lost. We're trying to remember where we found it, for example. I have to dig through my closet to see if I can find my golf balls, whatever. It's very common. When we're actually searching for something, we've forgotten where we put it. So the concept of digging to remember is very, very understandable. And somebody said to me, I've been digging through my memories to try to think of that guy's name. I would instantly understand that, because the concept of digging through to find something you forgot about is totally, you know, a kind of a Western or English-speaking concept. So, yeah. Okay, let's look at some more. We got a whole bunch more here. We're going to do pretty much the same thing with this little group of idioms. So I'm going to start with Emra. Emra?
Yes.
Jane's amazing. She can remember things that happened years ago.
Yes, it's difficult.
Yeah. Yeah.
2 years ago, I wish I could say the same. I got a good memory for faces, maybe.
Well, grammatically it fits, but not exactly. Not exactly the context here.
Which one?
It doesn't fit the context. I've got a good memory for faces. You're kind of on the wrong track. I mean, on the right track, grammatically speaking. You know, okay, followed with I've got a noun, a something is right. Okay, actually, it's I've got a memory like a sieve.
Memory like a sieve.
Okay.
Okay.
A memory like a sieve. This is a very common idiom, by the way, for English speakers. I got a memory like a sieve. I've used this one myself plenty. Okay. Earlier, Nader, you brought up something like an Arabic expression or saying that had something to do with trusting men is like trusting water in a sieve. Okay. Wow, that's harsh, man. Okay. Yeah. A memory like a sieve, super common. Occasionally you will hear somebody say he's got a mind like a sieve, which has a slightly different meaning. A memory like a sieve means I can't remember things well. But if he's got a mind like a sieve, that means you tell him something, he forgets it instantly. All right? Not he's trying to remember something that happened 3 years ago, but he's trying to remember. He can't remember something you told him 3 minutes ago. Okay, kind of related. A fish's memory, yeah, a goldfish's memory. What is it? A goldfish has a memory for 7 seconds, 8 seconds. What is it? I can't remember, but I can't remember. Oh boy. Okay. Another one that is I think is related to this. I should share. 5 seconds? I don't know. Okay. Anyone? Another one. What does it mean? Does anybody know? Open question. If someone has a mind like a steel trap. I don't see this one here. Is a mind like a steel trap. Now, I was just expressing that somebody can have a memory like a sieve, meaning, or a mind like a sieve, everything escapes, falls through the holes. A mind like a steel trap. Can anyone guess what that means?
The one maybe who remember very easily.
Yeah, never forgets anything. That's it. Very good. You're right. Very good memory. A very strong mind or very strong memory, usually strong memory. As a joke, sometimes we use this idiom, a mind like a steel trap, and then we pause, ... Okay, and we say, he's got a mind like a steel trap, forever shut. This is a sarcastic play on the idiom to say that someone has a very closed mind and they are open to nothing. They will never listen to anyone. So it's similar but kind of the opposite. It means they're a very closed-minded person and they will not listen to any suggestions or new information. Okay, back around again. Max, why aren't you listening? Is anything the matter?
Sorry, but I'll have to ring Jack before 2. I don't know, maybe E in science history. No.
No.
But at the back of my head, maybe.
Yeah, back of my mind. Yeah, back of my mind. We actually, it's kind of funny. Max inadvertently said head. At the back of my head, I know I have to. Okay, the fact is, any English speaker wouldn't even blink if you said that, even though it's not. It's the idiom. We use head and mind pretty much interchangeable in a metaphorical way. Okay. Yeah, that's it. At the back of my mind, I know I have to ring Jack before 2. If there's something you're kind of worried about a little bit, you keep thinking about it. Maybe you forget about it for a few minutes and then you remember again. Something that may be stressing you out or something you have to get done, you just simply can't forget. Then you have it at the, we say it's at the back of my mind. All right. Okay, next one, Cornell. If I want to remember anything, I have to write it down.
If I want to remember anything, I have to write it down. Me too, but my boss is incredible. He's got
Photographic memory.
ancient history.
Yeah,
Photographic memory.
that would be funny. He's got ancient history. My boss went to school on riding a dinosaur. Okay, no, that's not quite it. The idea is that he's got an incredible memory. So somebody said it. I'm not sure who said it, but yeah, he's got a photographic memory. So he remembers things as if it were a picture had been taken of it. There's a photographic memory is a more informal way to talk about a real thing. I'm sorry, you guys, I can't remember the formal. I can't remember anything today. That figures. There's a formal kind of. It's kind of a. I don't know. I think it's a physiological Mutation? There are some people who have basically a photographic memory. They actually can remember like each page of a book. No one has a photographic memory, but they have. You're right. It's a myth. You don't, because it's a misnomer. No one remembers like a photograph, but some people do have. I can't remember the word. Okay. There is a word for it, but they have incredible memories. Eidetic. Is that it? Eidetic memory? Did I remember it? Accidentally. I think that's it. I think that's it. I think I just remembered. Eidetic memory. Okay. All right. All right, cool. Okay. All right. Eidetic memory is an ability to recall images, sounds, or objects in memory after only a few instances of exposure. In other words, you can look at a book for seconds and remember page 98 and remember everything on the page. So this is what people call photographic memory. It's not really photographic. Nader is correct.
I remembered film about Rain Man.
Rain Man. Rain Man. Yeah, Rain Man. I don't think he had eidetic memory. He had autism, and there is another movie though with a guy. Some movie about a guy with eidetic memory. I can't remember it. Any case. Okay, bye, Cornell. Good luck. Best of luck to you.
Thanks so much. Bye bye, everyone.
Okay. Anyway, it's an interesting topic, eidetic memory. Yeah, Nader is correct. There's no such thing as a photographic memory. You don't remember things like photographic plates. That's physically impossible. We don't have plates in our head. Well, most of us. But there is a phenomenon known as an eidetic memory. I don't know if it's technique or partially technique, partially genetic. I don't know that much about it. Anyway, okay. But it can be used as an idiom because idioms don't mean exactly what they say. The idea that he remembers very, very well. Okay, is still there. All right, Nader, next one. Who's that actor who played the policeman in Seventh Heaven? You might reply. Oh yes, Bruce someone. Bruce, wait, it's... What?
On the off my tongue.
It's Willis. It's Willis. No, it's Willis. It's Bruce Willis. Very funny. Okay. Yeah, I know, you're right. On the tip of my tongue. You're absolutely correct. Bruce someone. Bruce Willis. All right, never mind. On the tip of my tongue, we talked about that earlier, where you almost remembering. You can feel it on the edge of your mind, but you can't quite remember it. All right. Next one, Sasha. Sasha 1. Sasha, do you remember that time we almost had a crash in the Alps? Sasha with a hat?
Yes. Yeah. As if it was yesterday.
All right. Something you remember very clearly and specifically, and you can actually picture in your mind. That's right. You remember it as if it was yesterday. Some people use this idiom to start a story. They're going to tell you a story about the past. Yes, I remember it as if it was yesterday. Definitely with the intonation. Yeah, absolutely. Okay. Sasha 2.
Okay.
Look, Sasha, I'm really sorry about what I said to you last week.
You've already apologized. It's all right. I've forgotten about it. It's ancient history. Let's just forget it. It's happened. Okay.
Okay, thank you. Very good. It's ancient history. Now, this phrase, it's ancient history, can be used as it is here. That would be very normal. It can be used about anything when we're being, I don't know, not slightly sarcastic, but we're trying to say, "I'll forget about it. That's ancient history." I thought John and Lucy were seeing each other. I thought they were dating. No, that's ancient history. They broke up 3 months ago. You didn't know that? Basically, it could be talking about anything that you're trying to overemphasize the fact that it doesn't exist anymore. This is very
It's
common.
yesterday news. Something.
That's yesterday's news. Very good. That's yesterday's news. Right. You didn't know about that? That's yesterday's news. Everybody knew about that a long time ago. Why didn't you? In this case, Nader brings up exactly the idiom I was thinking of as I was reading this. This is what I would say. It's all right. I forgot about it. It's water under the bridge. Okay. It's something that happened. It's gone. It's done. Forget about it. All of that. It's done. It's gone. It's past. Forget about it. It's included in that idiom. It's water under the bridge. We can experience maybe even an element of, well, maybe we can learn something from it. It's water under the bridge now. All right. Now we know. There's an element of we learned from it, so it's a little bit of a positive experience talking about a negative thing. A little bit, to some degree. Okay. Emra.
Yep.
It's terrible, but I can never remember people's names.
Nor can I, but I've got at the back of my mind.
No. Can't remember names, but...
But a good memory for faces.
There you go. But I've got a good memory for faces. Many people claim, I don't know if you've noticed this, but I've noticed this, at least dealing with English speakers. They either claim to remember faces very well or claim to remember names very well, but very few, if any, nobody says, oh, I remember names and faces. Or at least they don't admit it. Whether, I don't know, they do or not. And this is very common. I have a good memory for faces. There's also, you can say other things. I have a good memory for figures. Not meaning like the figures of women, but figures like numbers. He's got a good head for figures. He's good at math. Or he's got a good memory for figures. He can remember numbers really well. Yeah, okay. And last one here. Max, so what kind of weather did you have in Australia?
Terrible. It was the coldest winter since I was born.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah, you got it.
In living memory.
Yeah, since you were born. Okay.
Since sliced bread, something.
No, that's a different expression. The best thing since sliced bread. That's to say something's very good. It was the best thing since sliced bread. Okay, well, yeah, in living memory simply means like ever. It was the best movie in living memory. It's the best movie I've seen in my life. Actually, Max was not far off when he said since I was born. Basically, yes, it can be used to talk about. It means the best thing I remember ever in my life. The best thing since I can remember. which you can say the best thing I can remember. It was the coldest winter I remember in my life. It was not far off in living memory. So this is negative. Terrible was the coldest winter in living memory, but you can use the phrase in living memory for positive or negatives. It was the best movie in living memory. The best thing since sliced bread. Yeah. Sliced. I think it's sliced bread. ED. Because it's an adjective. Okay. We are definitely out of time. I'm over time, in fact, except I started late. But anyway, I got to go. There's other teachers. So thank you, everyone. Thank you very much. Thanks for...
Thank you.
Okay.